It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Yeah, baby, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Here we go, baby. We're going to wait towards that weekend. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. I got a high school reunion that is happening this weekend.
Oh, wow. Are you going to go?
I don't think I am. You know, it's just, I was hoping to, and the weird thing that happened was I had that New York trip come up, and I was like, oh boy, because I was like, I'm all in. And they're like, you never show up, man. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'd like to, but a lot of times in radio, this is a travel month. They usually have radio conventions and a lot of stuff goes on because just it's life. And so they do it at the same time. I'm like, all right, if everything's good, I'm going to be there. Then I got the trip to New York, and then I had a laptop that just went kaput and had to buy a new one. I'm like, there's just a lot going on.
And wouldn't you say, too, this is the kind of month or time in radio where your listenership, across the board, it's kind of down. People are summer vacations. There's no school. Yeah.
So I get it. It's competing with a lot of stuff. And when the New York trip came in and I had to do that, I'm like, all right, if I had to do one or the other, I've got to, make sure I do this New York trip.
You made the right call. I was at Logan a couple of years ago. Nothing against Logan.
Right. I get it. I get it. But, and look, there's only a couple people I really still even talk to. And, so why'd I do it? So I feel bad. And then when I went to go look for tickets, it was like about the same ticket price to fly to Europe as it was to fly to Columbus. So we had gone to New York for like $300. I think it was like $1,200 to get to. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't justify
would
that.
Love for you to go though and do a pizza review on the Pizza Crossing, just to see if you think it's as shitty as I thought it was. You haven't had it in a long time.
No, I'd had it when my mom passed, so that was 4 or 5 years ago. I had it, and I think you went up after that. But I'm like, it's okay. But there was part of me. It's like, it's not everything I thought it was when I was a kid, but I was okay. But it's an acquired taste.
It felt like, you know when they say when there's a dead body, it's impossible to move. It's got that weight to it.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It had dead body weight to it.
It did. It's a heavy, thicker crust. And then, I went from, that part of the world to New York City after that, and then got accustomed to the thin pizza. And so it is kind of interesting. In fact, we got an email here. Pedro had said, for Kevin of Virginia, do you feel more Floridian than where you're actually from since you've lived here for so long? And yeah, I think I'm there because now a majority of my life, we have been here 27 years. I was 25 when I got here. So a majority of my life now I've lived in Florida, and going anywhere else or going back home, it now feels like I am a stranger in a strange land.
You're more Florida than you are Ohio now.
Yeah. In fact, I feel more at home, I think, in New York City than I do even
in Ohio.
In Ohio. So, that kid, there's a lot of those sensibilities that are different. And look, I love it. I still recognize it for a beautiful place. I'm glad I got to grow up there. It was quite a privilege. But, I'm more accustomed and suitable for, I'm Florida all the way.
It's funny, too. Logan will always just come up randomly on just some shit I'm watching. Yes. It could be about anything. All of a sudden, Logan, Ohio. I go, oh, this shit, Logan's getting some love.
It's a random town. It's so odd. I mean, it's like I said, it's made for some great stories, and glad that I was there. But, yeah, I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait. Not this reunion.
Do you miss living in Louisiana?
I get back enough that I feel like I get what I need from it. I think that I go back for the fun stuff, and I'm not involved in the mundane stuff and the messed up politics and the bad streets and the trouble getting your garbage picked up and the.
But do you still keep in contact with a lot of people you went to school with, or just a few?
A few.
Not too many, though?
A few, maybe a handful.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10 or 12.
What do you feel like you identify more as, New Orleans or South Florida?
That's tough.
It is tough.
Because you've taken a lot more. Other than Ohio State Buckeyes, that's about the only thing that imprinted for me that I still hold on to from where I grew up. But you are all about the music and the culture and the food and are really, you go all out. And I think there was more maybe to grab onto.
Absolutely.
Being from New Orleans and where I'm from.
College team, pro team, city vibe,
Right.
music, food, culture. I do consider myself more of a Louisiana person than a Florida person.
Yeah, you're more Kevin's more Florida than you are, without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like you cheer hard for the Dolphins. I mean, I
do, yeah.
I hope they do well, but I cheer hard for the Saints.
Yeah, any childhood team, that's another thing. Other than my Ohio State Buckeyes, that's the only childhood team I still really pull for. The rest of them are all the South Florida teams.
I go to FSU games and I want them to do well, but I don't really care.
I mean, I was born,
LSU, I care about if they win or lose.
Okay.
I was born and raised in this town. I still don't know what the fuck's going on.
So figure it out.
Don't ask me to take you to Clematis. I'm like, I don't know. Like, make a left here, I think.
Well, we got a question from Angelina. She said, I'm heading north up to and through Indiana for my first road trip. Super excited. I wanted to get some tips on how to prepare for a long road trip, especially since I would be doing a majority of the driving. Thanks in advance for any tips. Okay, when it comes to putting together a road trip, what are the things that you've got to do, Virginia?
I love downloading a bunch of murder podcasts. Dateline, I think, does it better than anybody. And you can get all wrapped up in 2 or 3 Dateline stories, and you're like, wow, 6 hours have passed.
Yeah.
And the time has flown by. I love having good podcasts in the kitty that you know you're going to enjoy.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been on road trips, and I didn't like everyone in the group, so I tend to put
And some of them are in my family.
I tend to put the headphones on and go that way. But if you like the crew you're going with, I think you could have a lot of fun with awesome conversations. You can play games in the car. I love playing the game. Everyone gets a pick on the song, and if you vote 90 seconds in, do we keep the song on or not? And it makes it fun.
That does make it fun. Yeah. If everybody gets to play DJ, that's fun.
Yeah, have a good playlist like that. And keep in mind, you're the driver, first of all. And I know my family, a lot of times, they get plugged into their own shows and they have headphones, so they get plugged into that. So you being able to listen to whatever you want, that's what usually winds up happening. As the driver, you get to hear your music or your podcast, whatever you want. Everybody else plugs into a show.
Even if you're a rah-rah group, eventually people start plugging in their own shit and chilling out.
Yeah.
You get tired.
The longer you're on the road. You know, to me, I think a big part of it is knowing the route. You know, and really kind of planning for if you're going to be stopping somewhere, be like, hey, let's try to go see this here.
Are we going to stop at Ruby Falls? Yes, let's do it.
Are we going to go to Perkins? Shit, do not do it.
We will shit ourselves. Don't go to Perkins. You'll have a brownout.
And the thing that you got to figure out is getting to Indiana, like what it is you're going to go check out. Now, depending upon how you go, the Southeast is great because there's a lot of places you can jump to, and you got some cool towns up through there. Do you have time to get to Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati, Indianapolis? All those towns are, you know, not too far from each other. So you can kind of zigzag back and forth and know a bar or a restaurant or a thing you want to see in each town.
Do a Nashville. Is Nashville on the way?
It is. Nashville's a little bit weird because I had done that. You're talking about it'll be a 2-hour take you 2 hours because you got to jump at least 1 hour or so over to the west and you got to drive all the way back. It's not like a continual real path for the most part.
Do those mountain roller coasters in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Those are so much fun.
Yeah, you can kind of do that. Go up through Chattanooga and hit Knoxville and then go up to Lexington and hit Louisville, Cincinnati.
Like a place like Indiana or in Iowa, I would have no idea what that is like.
I've never been
that
there.
Landscape, just the vibe of the area.
Yeah, Indiana's tricky. Indianapolis does have some little bar districts and some cool places you can go. In fact, I was wearing a shirt earlier this week, Ralston Tavern, that they had. Their buddy was there in Indianapolis, and it was a great bar street. I was looking at it, and he saw that, and you can go to Ralston Tavern. It's on a strip of a bunch of other bars.
You kind of need to go to Ralston Tavern.
That's what I thought. I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know it existed when I was in Indianapolis last year. So I would have done that. But yeah, Indianapolis has some stuff. But honestly, Indiana, that's kind of rough. Cincinnati's a fun little town with a cool little bar district area as well. But yeah, Indiana itself, outside of Indianapolis, there's not a lot, I think, to do in that state.
Yeah, you got to go to that Ralston bar. That'd be me not going to Pennington's Pizza. You got to definitely go to that.
You gotta go. And I feel like they're going to give you a free beer when they see your ID with your last name.
Spelled different, unfortunately.
Oh.
They're the RAL variety. Yeah.
So they're going to go, we're going to give you a free beer, but unfortunately.
You spell it wrong, fucker.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we got a question here from Greg. He's born and raised a Floridian, and I've only been to the Keys once when I was 5 years old.
Oh, my gosh. You are missing out.
And the first week of August, we're going to be going down and staying in Isla Mirada at Three Waters Resort, I think. I know you guys have been down there a bunch. I'd greatly appreciate any tips, any suggestions of where to go, places we really need to go to check out.
Oh, my gosh. You got to get the kayaks at Robbie's and kayak over to that little, I think it's called Indian Island or something. It's kind of a little bit of a test of your athleticism. You can't be totally doughy and pull it off. But if you can muscle it up and get out there in the kayak, it's a little bit of a distance. But man, it's so cool because it's a little island that's uninhabited, but it's got a bunch of history. Like you can see where all the historical markers are, and it tells you like what used to be there, and you can kind of see like where the building used to be before the hurricane took it out.
Yeah.
It's really a neat little place for like snorkeling and just collecting shells and doing a little beach adventure.
Yeah, I'm not sure how far south they're going. If they happen to make it to Duval Street, my advice is just look out for amateurs because there's a lot of people out there who are not part of the Key West culture that get all tuned up on alcohol with beer muscles, and you can get into fights in the middle of Duval Street.
Yeah, they said you don't plan on going all the way to Key West, but who knows? That might change. And yeah, honestly, I would tell you that you can be, from what Virginia said, Robbie's is fantastic. That's a little bit south of Isla Mirada, but not by much. That whole area, you can fill an entire weekend and not feel bored. There's a lot of cool little bars and restaurants that are on the main drag, but you can also kind of dip off, too, and find some really hidden gems.
Dip off and
are out there.
Go exploring. To me, that's so fun when you just, because I mean, drive east, drive west, you're going to hit the water pretty soon.
It is, yeah.
North and south will take you a while, but go east or west and you will have a finite end to that road.
There's some good, cool ghost stuff down there, too, if you're into that stuff.
That is true.
Yeah, and Isla Mirada, Hog Heaven was cool. Went there. It's a neat little sports bar, but they've got a ton of little places like that.
There's a couple of moose lodges along the way.
Do you have to be a member to be able to go in there?
You should. Everybody should be a moose member.
Okay. What about Moose Knuckles? Any of those? Yeah, there might be some down there in the Keys.
Oh, you'll definitely see a little moose knuck.
Yeah, so they've got the brewery and everything else there. So there's a lot of cool stuff. Wahoo's Bar and Grill is pretty cool. Shuck and Dive. Good little place to check out. So, yeah, a ton of awesome bars there in Isla Mirada. You can hit up. Greg in the 772. All right, a little question here from Christopher and Tahira in Orlando. Said, my fiance and I, we've been engaged for 3 years, and this year we finally decided we're going to be getting married. We're not going to do a traditional wedding. We're going to elope to New York, and then when we get back, we're going to host a wedding dinner with our family and friends to celebrate. But the issue is my parents. They went through a really rough divorce a few years ago, and without getting into all the details, things got ugly one night, really bad. My mom accused my dad of cheating. The police were called, and he ended up spending the night in jail.
Oh, Lord.
And that was the last time they saw each other.
Oh.
Well, since then, they've both moved on with their lives, and they seem much happier. When we sent out our invitations, my dad RSVP'd that he and his wife and her 2 kids would be coming. But a few days ago, he called and he said, I changed my mind. He told me that he doesn't want to make our wedding dinner awkward or have people talking behind his back, since most of the guests are from my mom's side of the family. I talked to her with my fiance, and she feels he should come anyway because it's our day. She thinks if he doesn't come, it'll be even more noticeable, and everyone will be asking why my own dad wasn't there.
I agree with that.
The dad needs to go to the wedding.
You need to go to the wedding.
And suck it up. I mean, you can't,
cares?
for one event, you can't just bite your tongue, eat your food, shut the fuck up and get out.
If I had $1 for every person that talked bad about me behind my back, I could retire from radio.
This is a matter of the heart situation, and this is a big lifetime moment for your kid. You gotta go.
And let them talk. Who cares?
They said, I don't want my dad to feel uncomfortable, but at the same time, it honestly break my heart if my father missed such an important moment of my life. And I'm
You
really
need to tell
torn
him
because
that.
I love them both.
I would tell him that. I'd say, Dad, look, I love you, and I know you think it's going to go south. Trust me on this one. I have faith on, and I have hope that it'll be fine. It will break my heart and spirit if you don't go.
Well, you could have a conversation, talk to your mom, just talk to both of them and be like, hey, you know what? Dad's a little hesitant because he's afraid that words could be said or it could get ugly or make things uncomfortable for people. And talk to your mom, talk to your dad, see how she feels, and be like, can you guys both be cool? You know, you don't have to talk to each other, but just don't make it weird for everybody. Can you do that? And just do it for me. And if you can get a verbal, be like, yeah, we could do that. Then have them all and assure your dad, assure your mom, be like, it's going to be cool. Everybody can be adults.
Because even though the dad doesn't realize it, he's making all this about himself now. It's not about the wedding now. It's about him and his feelings and drama and all
Right.
that. And there's times in life where you got to suck it up.
Put your ego aside. Stop caring about what these people think of you. They're your ex-family. Just go and be there for your daughter and make that your singular focus.
Now, don't drink, a half a bottle of bourbon and try to, fight the DJ.
I would suggest not drinking, and I've never said that before, but at this wedding, you may want to remain sober because if everybody doesn't like you, they're all going to be watching you, and you don't want to have anything happen where you're out of pocket.
You're doing something spiritual for your kid, and there's nothing wrong. That's the right thing to do.
I would say don't drink at this one.
This.
And I hate saying that because you know how I feel about an open bar.
Yeah.
But this might be the one time I would say don't drink.
Well, the dad also might be getting it from his new wife, too, saying, I don't want to walk into this.
Tell
This is
that
nasty,
bitch
and
to
your ex
shut
is
up.
there."
This ain't her problem. This ain't her family. This ain't her daughter.
Yep, and-
she needs to shut the hell up.
And if she don't want to go, she don't have to go, but the dad's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just have a little conversation. I think you'd hopefully work it out. I would trust that they will be adults and would not want to ruin your big dinner.
I get maybe my family's different, man. As soon as we got beef about anything, we're on the fucking phone. Nine paragraph text message telling what the fuck is going on.
But this is divorced parents.
You're right.
It's different.
It is.
And now you've got a whole faction of family that hates him because he's the bad ex.
Yeah.
And I understand why he would be uncomfortable walking in that room. But you've got to swallow that and do it for your daughter. If you miss this day, you will live to regret it.
Look, we all got to do things that make us uncomfortable. I got to sit through the dirt twice a day, guys.
You are blessed to be in my presence.
I always act like I probably talk more in the dirt than you do.
You love it. You were all in that Baldoni conversation.
I had to stop myself. Bird, you're being fucking annoying right now.
I thought you were great.
Got a little bit of a misconnection here. Looking for some love at the Tractor Supply Company. I believe this might be in Martin County. It says, we've got a mission. Help us find her silver fox.
Well.
Okay. This is a woman who saw a bearded male, mid to late 40s, estimated around 5'11", muscular arms, black shirt with an American flag, possibly drove a white Ford F-150. They were seen on a Sunday morning at the Palm City Tractor Supply. They're carrying a feed bag on each arm like it was nothing. Wow.
That's a man right there.
Well, that's how you get them wet.
Okay, so this is probably an AI photo that they've done, but you could see, just giving you an idea of what that gentleman might look like.
That does not look real to me.
No. So that's just enough to maybe spark your imagination if you saw that guy, but it sounds like probably about every dude that's in the Tractor Supply store.
Right.
Is that a Back the Blue t-shirt? Is he an officer of the law?
Well, it was just said black American flag shirt, so I think it was that more than it was anything with law enforcement.
All right.
You should see me carry some feed. Now, I was over at Publix the other day. 3 bags in the hand.
It's feed for you? It's just Totino's pizza rolls.
Subs, yeah, croissants.
And I love the thread that was going on. It was Super Shy at Tractor Supply. That's the name of
We
it.
got a little bit of a writer over here.
Okay, so they're trying to figure out, that's the hot thing that's going on there. And I guess Palm City right now, seeing if they can make this love connection happen. So if anybody has any update on that or can help make this love happen.
You know what they call, you know what the nickname Palm City is?
Palm titty.
I was going to go Palm Clitty, but.
Another interesting thread here that Shelby had seen. She's Octopus from YouTube. And what it basically was this woman who's very much into the Greater Community Gardening Club. She saw a young child that was swinging on the branches of an apple tree next to a picnic table, and she kind of lost it. She said, I saw this when I was at the plum tree, and I called out, not yelling or screaming, but loud enough to get his attention. No, 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 don't climb on that tree. The mother was at a water spigot, and we both met at the tree where her child was now cheerfully climbing up into the top branches. She refused to tell him to come down, telling me it was okay because she was on the tree group. I explained the tree was not playground equipment, not monkey bars for swinging on. Finally, the child cheerfully jumped down from the tree. I did exchange angry words, though, with the mother, but never said one word to her child during that exchange. So they're fighting about this. And then people are like going, oh, my gosh, you are yelling at a little boy for being a little boy. Shame on you. And then people started coming for her.
Wait, why can't this kid climb a tree?
She was afraid that, she said, please be aware, here's her explanation, that even a small 20-pound child swinging on a tree branch can cause a momentum creating maybe 100-pound dynamic load that would break off that branch of the tree. Yes, it could easily break off. The child could be hurt, and more importantly, the tree is just very old, not strong enough for swinging on branches. That's why this is not playground equipment.
How would you handle this situation if you were in the park and Rocco's climbing on the tree?
It wouldn't be good for her. She would get a lot of this.
A lot of what?
I would get in her chest. Definitely. I'd be like, don't you talk to me and don't talk to my kid. Get the fuck out of here. We're climbing a tree. Simmer the fuck down. I would also tell Rocco to stay close to the trunk. You can go up, but close to the trunk. You shouldn't go out on the smaller branches. We don't want to break the branches, but as long as you stay close to the trunk, you're fine.
You're a tree climbing
I am a tree
lover.
climbing hooker.
So you're bringing in some feelings on this one.
Absolutely. I named my daughter after a tree that I grew up climbing. I love to climb a tree. I've never climbed an apple tree, so I don't know what their constitution is. And I'm not looking to break branches. So I would encourage Rocco to stay close to the trunk and not be out on a branch swinging. But other than that, she better shut the fuck up.
What do you, when's the last time you've climbed a tree? If you have to think about it, it's been too long.
No, I climbed a tree last Christmas because I got up in that big tree in my front yard and I put lights all the way to the tippy top of it.
Still got it?
Still got it, bitch.
Okay.
Still got it.
Still got it.
Oh, man.
My husband came out and he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I would have broke all three knees.
If you stay close to the trunk, you're good.
I would have broke all three knees. Left, right, and my weenie. It would have been over for the bird.
I'm also the same idiot that got on her roof to clean the roof, so...
Yeah, I'm the dumb fuck that tried to put a Spider-Man on his roof and fell. So, yeah, I get it.
Sometimes you just want to be dangerous.
Then a guy named Damon came at her and said, this is just an apple tree. You are a horrible woman. Leave the kid alone. Let a kid be a kid. Aren't we happy they're actually outside playing?
Yeah.
Well, so, who's all these people talking? Did she put on social media?
Yeah, it's on a thread.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a digital drama going on here.
Yeah, it is.
It ain't gonna go well online.
Well, why can't kids climb trees? I mean, I get it if branches are snapping and he's being irresponsible with it, then you have to tell him something. But if he's just climbing and there's been no damage to said tree, why are we all upset?
Mm-hmm.
I had some horrific moments climbing trees as a kid.
I love it.
It wasn't that I didn't like it. I just wasn't good at it. There's a difference. It's like the No Name movie game. I love it. I'm just not good at it.
Yeah, somebody texted in too. They said you were talking about what you would do if you could relive one of your days as a child. And they said, I would go to the store, pick up baseball and football cards, and open them.
Oh, I just did that with my boy Klepto. He had a bunch of cards from, I think, 89.
Wow.
And we got shit card after shit card. And one of the last cards we got was an Alex Rodriguez minor league card.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, it's not even worth that much. I think it was worth like $8. But I said, the market changes constantly.
Is it because A-Rod's kind of a dick?
Well, A-Rod's got a troubled past because he was linked to steroids. Some people think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Have I bored you enough?
I like more of his inability to commit and all the cheating stories. Those are fun for me.
To me, they always would compete Jeets. You know, Derek Jeter and A-Rod. Yeah. My opinion.
No competition.
Jeter was way better of a lover than A-Rod. He brought that heat. You know Jeet brought that heat.
You got a gift basket when you banged old Jeter.
That's right.
You got a gift basket, and you got 110% from fucking Jeter. You didn't get that from A-Rod.
Yeah.
A-Rod, you know when the sex stopped with A-Rod? As soon as he, and it was over.
Damn.
That's my assessment.
He's a jealous. He's a selfish lover.
Oh yeah, he's going down. You think A-Rod's going down? No way. That's just my opinion.
We got to find out. Does A-Rod go down?
I think
there's got to be somebody.
He would only go down on himself if he could.
Exactly.
There's got to be somebody in South Florida that can answer that question.
Now, Jeets is down there where he's trying to bring you the World Series.
Always clutch.
He is. He's clutch, man. They called him Mr. November.
Yeah.
He brought the heat, dog. And I'm not even a Yankee fan.
Yeah, there is something about that with the human condition of opening things. My son, that's still a thing where he wants to get the packs. He wants to open it. He and his buddies, they'll make videos. I think even like some of the streamers that are out there, they're just opening packs of stuff. It's just unboxing things. You're like, why are you watching other people open packages? For some odd reason, it gets an amazing amount of views.
Well, because what happens is there's... For example, the reason why I watch them, someone will say, I've got a 1984 pack of Tops or whatever, and there's a chance that there could be a rookie Wade Boggs in there. And if there is, you kind of get, a little kid boner. You're like, oh, I shouldn't say it. That sounded weird. No, you know what I meant. Right, guys? And then, like, when I was a kid, if I got a Wade Boggs card, I'm like, yeah, I got a boner.
2-inch wood.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really get a boner. It's a figure. All right, shut the fuck up, Jason.
Now, something tells me you really would get a boner.
If I got a Boggsy, probably.
And Ryan Lake Worth Beach, if you noticed this, he said, remember how back in most of the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, even some of the 2020s, there were always rumors about how Pat Sajak and Vanna White hooked up or not and whether it did go down. Well, I'm going to say no because they just didn't seem to have that kind of connection. But if you've been watching the Wheel of Fortune now with Ryan Seacrest, it's a different story. If you're a Cougar, he is the hot young stud in town. Pat Sajak and Vanna White most certainly never hooked up. The sex would have been too boring. But Seacrest, on the other hand, different story. You can just see the vibe between them. It's very sexually tense. For example, Vanna doesn't walk anymore. She floats. Like she's powered by the same gentle breeze that moves Publix plastic bags across the Hubbard Radio parking lot.
What?
Look, I've always loved a Sajak, but, not everyone likes Sajak. There were stories of Sajak, especially towards the end of his career when he was just over it, not necessarily always being nice.
Gotcha.
Kind of being a little crabby. And sometimes he'd do it to the contestants, which was hilarious.
That was funny when he would just be rude to them outright on TV.
Yes. You could tell that's when he was slipping. You're like, Pat, reel it in, brother.
Pat, you're supposed to be a sweetheart.
Yeah,
He didn't care.
He just stopped giving a shit. Like an old man in Walmart who just farts and says, deal
He's
with
like,
it.
I got 3 years left of my contract. Fuck this shit. Let me buy by a vowel.
Now I started liking Sajak. When he gets a little lippy with the contestants, that's fun.
Well, that's my favorite part of any of those games, when the host has to interview the contestants, because it is always so awkward. It can go off the rails quick.
Said the other night he looked Vanna straight in the eyes and said it was time to give the wheel a final spin. I don't think he's talking about the Wheel of Fortune. Has anyone else noticed this? I can't be the only one to see this sexual chemistry between the two.
Whoa.
Okay.
I just assumed that Seacrest didn't have sex with anybody.
Yeah,
Like he's a robot.
I assumed that as well. He looks like he's asexual.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have time to come. I got too much shit to do.
I even dropped his pants to be like a Ken doll. I'm not sure he has anything. I think it's plastic, and then he's got like Mattel tattooed on his ass.
For some reason, I don't think fucking ever crosses his mind.
He's dickless?
I think he just likes to work.
Ryan said this is why their ratings are up. And
Look, I'm glad that we got a wheel watcher out there doing the work.
one comment said, I didn't watch Wheel until Ryan Seacrest started hosting it. It has a completely different vibe. Ryan is funny.
Wow.
Something I thought I'd never hear. All right, I'm going to give it a shot. I have been off my Wheel of Fortune since Sajak left. I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, Ryan says it's not because of prizes or new concepts. They even have me sucked in as I wait for Jeopardy to start. The Ryan Seacrest and Vanna White camaraderie is fierce.
Shut up.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I do love that block of time, the 7 to 8 Wheel of Fortune Jeopardy. For some reason, it just seems cozy.
It is, yeah. Usually it was post-dinner time, and you're just kind of sitting around. You get a little bit of time there before you had to start on your homework.
Exactly.
Yeah. And got this from Becky. She said, you're talking about things you've aged out of. I've aged out of explaining myself and apologizing for everything. When I was younger, I would always explain the reasons behind my decisions or responses. My young answer would be like, oh, I'm so sorry we can't come because my husband's family's in town, blah, 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 blah. Now my mature answer, yeah, you know what? Thanks for the invite. We just can't make it. Hope you guys have a wonderful time, though. Maturity is knowing myself and being able to answer without guilt or sharing my business.
You know, to piggyback off that, there's a lot of great videos on YouTube that that kind of help people who have that. There are people who over-explain and they don't realize they're doing it. And a lot of it comes from childhood, but there are things out there that can really help you curb that. Mm-hmm. Which is that's what I love the internet, because you can get help.
Growth and maturity, and it happens too with age when you realize it doesn't really matter what anybody thinks of me. I'm going to make me happy. Fuck them all.
Well, does everyone explain every little thing to you and over-apologize to you? No, it's the opposite, actually.
You don't owe anybody anything.
You owe your loved ones, the people that are close in your inner circle. But yeah,
even some of them can go fuck themselves.
Exactly. You're right. If I over-explain to some of those fucks, I use that in a loving way.
What is this saying? Oh, it's really vulgar. If you didn't come out of me or come in me, I ain't caring about your opinion.
Oh, gosh.
Who says that? Where's that from?
Some hard-ass bitches like me.
So, that's some Louisiana shit right there.
Yep.
Not sure I've ever been privy to that lovely.
If you didn't come out of me or come in me, your opinion doesn't matter.
Kevin's face.
Boy, slap that on a T-shirt and sell that on Duval Street.
People are going to think that our video is buffering for a second because of Kevin's expression.
I just had to let that sink in. I'm like, wait, what is this again?
Well, I knew it was going to be vulgar. I just didn't know how vulgar. It was pretty vulgar.
Yeah.
That's something.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's that Louisiana girl right there.
Make you think.
Yeah.
It's making me think.
It does. I got to go home and think about it. All right, one day left until the weekend. Thank you for all the emails. Send them to us, mail at KVJShow.com. Y'all have a good one. See you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.